Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 4th Canto, Chapter 20, Text number 3. Sudiyaha sadavo loke naradeva narottamaha na vidruhyanti bhutebhyo yarhinatma kalevaram. Translation purport by Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. O King, one who is advanced in intelligence and eager to perform welfare activities for others is considered best among human beings. An advanced human being is never malicious to others. Those with advanced intelligence are always conscious that this material body is different from the soul. Purport. In daily life, we find that when a madman commits murder, he is excused even by a high court judge. The idea is that a living entity is always pure because he is part and parcel of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. When he falls into the clutches of material energy, he becomes a victim of three modes of material nature. Indeed, whatever he does under the influence of the material nature. As stated in the Bhagavad Gita, na kartrutvam na karmani lokasya sajati prabhuhu na karma phala samyogam sobhavastu pravartate. The embodied spirit, master of the city of his body, does not create activities, nor does he induce people to act, nor does he create the fruits of action. All these enacted by the modes of material nature. Actually, the living entity or soul does not do anything. Everything is done under the influence of the modes of material nature. A man is diseased, the symptoms of the disease becomes a source of all kinds of pain. Those who are advanced in transcendental consciousness or Krishna consciousness are never envious, neither of the soul, nor of the activities of the soul under the influence of the material nature. Advanced transcendentalists are called Sudhiyaha. Sudhi means intelligent, Sudhi means highly advanced, and Sudhi means devotee. One who is both devoted and highly advanced in intelligence does not take action against the soul or the body. If there is any discrepancy, he forgives. It is said that forgiveness is a quality of those who are advanced in spiritual knowledge. Thus ends the Bhaktivedanta purport. Now the Lord, having appeared before the fire sacrifice, accompanied by Indra, the Supreme Lord spoke his transcendental words as follows. O King, one who is advanced in intelligence and eager to perform welfare activities for others is considered best among human beings. An advanced human being is never malicious to others. Those with advanced intelligence are always conscious that this material body is different from the soul. So the Supreme Lord is setting the ground for asking Ritu Maharaj to forgive King Indra. And the basis for that, such a forgiveness, is being explained here. That An advanced human being is never malicious to others. And those with advanced intelligence are conscious that material body is different from the soul. So Krishna's statement, Lord Vishnu's statement here is similar to Krishna's preaching in the Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna, where the first lesson he gives to him is that the person you is not the body, but you are the person who has all the characteristics of personhood. There are characteristics of in our life when we observe characteristics or qualities of matter. We also observe qualities of spirit in the body, because body does not desire, body does not think, body does not will, body does not do. In the spiritual sense. These are all qualities of the spirit. Then the question comes, who is thinking, feeling, willing, everything? Who is desiring? Who is thinking I am the body? So, for that, in order to understand this concept that repeatedly appears, that the soul does not do anything. Actually, the living entity, the soul, does not do anything. Everything is done under the influence of the modes of material nature. In other words, he is not the active doer, but he is under the influence. Everything is done. Everything is done by the three modes of material nature. When a man is diseased, symptoms of disease become a source of all kinds of pain. So this can be understood by visualizing what happens when you watch a movie on the screen. So on the screen, there are different persons who also are projecting, who are also observers of the screen. Take this example. Let's say two people are playing a video game, a car racing video game. So the software of the video game asks you to choose which car you want, which color you want, etc. before playing. Both of them choose their car. And the screen, both the cars come and stand. Correct? Now you are outside the screen. Now you identified with, A identifies with red car, B identifies with green car. And the race begins. And when the race begins, you are given the choice for speed, for steering, for braking. Everything you are given choice. So now you start the race. You want to go fast. Your choice is there. How the turn should wind, go up, go down, hairpin curve, what it is, that's not your choice. That is in the software. So little freedom is given. What is that? Few items on the car. But what is the environment? In all that, you don't have choices. So both parties have to chase, have to run on the road in which is already given by the software. Now you are outside the movie as the experiencer of the movie. And you are thinking, you are sitting in the car and driving. If you want the full effect of the video, then you have to be inside the car in the mind. You cannot be aware of, I am outside and playing. If you want to enjoy the rasa of car race, you have to forget that you are outside. So you have to identify with as a driver of the car. And the driver of the car is also having a form, etc. So you identify with it. Probably before the game started, not only car was, two cars came into the picture. Suddenly, you walk in as a driver and go and sit inside. The other person walks in and goes inside because there will be commands. Get into the car. Okay, I'm going to get into the car. That command comes, it will say, I'm just imagining, I've never played video game, but it's quite interesting. Huh? So it will be command, it will say, because every tiny detail you have to be brainwashed. The command will say, are you ready to get into the car? Yes, I'm ready to get in. Okay, now walk towards the door. Open the door. Open the door. Take your seat. Seat. It will tell for both of them. Already you are fixed there. Your ego is fixed there. That ego is called false ego. So false ego is at the top of the Prakriti. After that, you are identifying with the false ego. That you are sitting in the car. And the false ego identifies with my car. My car wins, I feel win. My car loses, I feel low. My car crashes, I feel bad. So each A and B will adopt all the feelings of what is happening to the driver and what is happening to the car and what is happening in the race. So our life is like this in this material world. The spirit soul is simply the kshetrajna, is a knower in this body. Just like you're sitting outside the video game, you're the knower of the everything. When you are getting into the car, you are not getting into the car, but you're knowing that I am getting into the car. It's only a knowledge. It's not physically getting into the car. But within the field, there is a figure who will be walking and getting into the car. That is like the flesh body. This Panchabhuta Sharira. And this example is only about gross car. But actually, as I said, they can wind up the ego by telling that you are now getting into the car and all that. So ego is also represented there. Feelings are represented there. Intelligence is represented there. So within the movie, are you doing anything? You are giving input from outside the movie. And the movie is responding. The video game is responding to what input you are giving. Similarly, this human body, this yantra, is a fantastic creation of the Lord, which is, you can say, psycho-bio-physical robot. That is a creation, this material body. Jada Sharira and Sukshma Sharira. Jada Sharira often is easily understandable. But Sukshma Sharira, yes. Nowadays it's very easy to understand because you see that artificial intelligence. You will be shocked how the answers come, as if there is a person behind. So this artificial intelligence is also a processing machine. Artificial emotions are all processed emotions. Processed means it is all in the software. But the experiencer is you. There is no real driver in the car. There is no real car. But outside your game, there are real roads, the real cars. Is it not? But there you cannot get so much rasa. Here you can crash. Then again readjust, go, all kinds of things you can do. In real thing, you have got so many restrictions. So this is an illusory game. So illusion of what? Of real car. You cannot afford to buy a expensive car. But in the video you can buy an expensive car. Most expensive car you can choose. The video you can choose. In real you cannot choose. In the same way, this yantra, including different kinds of false ego that I am this body, is all in the field, kshetra. It is not in the soul. Soul is a Kshetrajna, is a knower of the field. The idea is that a living entity is always pure because he is part and parcel of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. I, as a spirit, I am a spirit person. I am not the body person. The spirit person's imagination of his self is that I am a body person. We have to identify with some self. If you want to play the video game, you have to choose, you have to identify. That right from the birth we have chosen. Slowly, society has brainwashed us. You are this body. Actually, it is the soul who is knowing that I am this body. Knowing something is not equal to living. Knowing that my car has crashed in the video. Real thing is not crashed. There's no real car, there's no real you there. The real you is the experiencer. So that is the science that Krishna teaches Arjuna in the Bhagavad Gita. In beginning also he gives this lesson. Prakrite kriyamanani gune karmani sarvasha ahankara vimudatma kattaham iti manyate. To the end also, his 18th chapter says, nature is said to be the cause of all activities. The soul is cause of experience, sukha, dukkha, whatever it is. Soul is the experiencer. So in the system we know, I am the experiencer. This body is giving me, filling the content of my experience. I am capable of thinking. In the spiritual world, I am capable of really thinking. But in the material world, my real spirit's apparatus is not thinking. It is only knowing that I am thinking like a man, I am thinking like a woman, etc. It is knowing the thinking that is happening in the field. So whether thinking, feeling, willing, anything you take, all these activities, you are only the knower of the activities. And you give decisions. You give decision to choose, even desiring. You have a fundamental desire to play the game. That is your desire. After you play the game, then you choose a kind of a driver. Then the driver will desire. You choose a man's body, then man-like desires will manifest in the body. And you will identify with that man, because knowing and identifying. If you don't identify, then you cannot play the game. So you're knowing a role play, and therefore you start role playing. But all the content of your experience of role play is coming from this screen. Because you're not in the real world, you're not in the real road, you're not in the real car. You're sitting in a theater where there is no real car, there is no this, nothing. Correct? Similarly, we are sitting in this theater of this material world. There is no real male, there is no real female, it's all games. That is why the 13th chapter of Bhagavad Gita is very important to differentiate between matter and spirit. Now see the application of it. Vishnu is telling, ठीक है, what all happened is in the video game. Prithu, Indra and all this. Don't be against, don't take revenge against Indra's soul. He was under the influence of three modes of material nature. He was stuck in the video game. So you are great. Now I'm telling you, you forgive him. So at this very spiritual level, one who understands this, one may say that, okay, then Krishna told Arjuna also, you forgive, why you are fighting in the battlefield. Whatever they hurt you and all those things, all the Kauravas hurt you, why you are seeing justice. There you are telling Arjuna, you fight. Here you are telling Prithu Maharaj, don't fight back, forgive him. Is it not? Because from this game, apart from the rasa in the game, there is another objective of the game that is made by the designer of the game, who is Krishna. So it is through the game that the character of the player is changed. The character of the players in the material world, the attitude of the living entities in the material world is self-centered, forgetful of Krishna. I am the center. Now the person who has created this game, who is the creator of this material world, Supreme Lord Vishnu, he has an objective to give realization to each players in this game, according to where they are. Therefore, he is traveling as a super soul with all the living entities. So he decides at what time, what kind of lesson one should learn. So in the case of Arjuna, he wanted to tell him that irrespective of what the consequences are, do your duty. That was the principle he was teaching him. Don't get carried away by the sentiments of the situation. Please do what I am saying, which is contradictory to your sentiments in the game. Now you surrender to me. I am above the game. I am the one who causes the game. I am the one who destines. All these people are already killed. So there the principle was, above all these, I am there. You follow what I say. So that was an opportunity for Arjuna to transcend and obey and surrender to Krishna. So that was a lesson that was taught to Krishna. There, he did not tell you forgive them. Here the same Vishnu, same Lord is telling, forgive him, Indra. Here the objective is something else, as we see in the Bhagavatam, the Leela. So the Leelas of the Lord have an objective. In other words, it's not simply about, there is an absolute relevance to this drama. This drama is not simply like Mayavadi say, it's all illusion. No, in this illusion, you can please Krishna, you need not please Krishna. You can do both. If you follow what Krishna is saying, perform your duty, this thing, that thing, then you please Krishna. Oh, in this drama also I can please Krishna. Krishna is absolute. You are Krishna conscious, you can be aware. You can be aware Super Soul is next to me and play the game. Give your decisions. Your role play, so many social egos you have. You cannot abandon that. People will come and still talk to you because in the world is seeing you as a male. The world is seeing you as a body. So you have to respond. No problem. Stand outside the dream. Mam anusmarishya yuddhacha. Tasmat sarveshu kaleshu. Remember me and go on fighting. So awakening our relationship with the Lord is the objective, is a purpose of life. When we say purpose of life, means purpose of this drama. So even though it is illusory with respect to the spiritual world, there are real, absolute effects can be made in the spiritual world, in the material world, just like Kurukshetra. Krishna's Leela in this material world, we are eternally remembering him. We are not saying it's illusion. It's not illusion, it is always there, eternally there. Side by side, illusory activities are also going on. Moment Krishna is connected, even this, everything in the material world becomes absolute. So it is a one continuous field. Spiritual world, material world is one continuous field. It is in our consciousness that we separate matter from spirit. But in its manifestation, yes, matter is matter, spirit is spirit. Matter's behavior is different, spirit's behavior is different. Therefore, it's a reality that matter and spirit has to be separated. But when the very same matter is just engaged in serving the Supreme Lord, who is absolute in all planes of existence. Krishna is absolute whether he is in the material plane, which is his energy, or in the spiritual plane. So material energy is real. The story we create out of this is false. If the material energy is not real, why the Lord is traveling with us? And watching the stories that I create. And through my stories, He will give me realization that these stories are all temporary. Through these stories of this life, He will teach me detachment. That what you are really seeking eternal is not available here. It is available with me. Turn your face towards me. So this world has a great purpose. Though living entities are allowed to illusorily go on enjoying, but they get their learn their lesson that they cannot desire what they are desiring, because they are desiring what only Krishna is entitled. Everybody wants to be unlimited in this material world. Everybody wants unrestricted power in this material world. Everybody wants unrestricted freedom, if given or if available. These are all the qualities of Krishna. We are small amshas. We have little freedom. We have little power. We are the receivers of power. Krishna is the giver of the power. Lord is the giver of power. He is the source of power. We are receivers. But we want to accumulate power and act as if I am the source of power. So these are all the entire material life is based on this illusion. So it is a false ego that is active. But within the material world, you are held responsible for that. So you are playing this drama of karma. Just like somebody asked Shankaracharya, you say elephant is illusion. You say you are illusion. Elephant is illusion. When the elephant is coming towards you, why are you running away? What did he say? My running away is also illusion. So everything, the whole thing is in the cycle of illusion. So that false ego, Shankaracharya's soul's false ego is Shankaracharya. Soul is something else. It's a role play in the material world. Shankaracharya in a body as a sannyasi. So it's okay. That is also illusion. Elephant is also illusion. Elephant is chasing me. Yeah, my role play will run. But I am not running. I am outside this drama. I am different from my false ego. I am different from my social ego. So if we have a higher understanding of who I am, then it is all, with respect to the person, the spirit person itself. This, just like Arjuna was asked to fight as a matter of duty, but not as a revenge. You fight from the transcendental platform for me. Don't fight because of your revenge against so-and-so, so-and-so. Either revenge or compassion. Both are useless. You are stuck in the movie. I am telling you to act according to me, what I say. I am the director of the movie. I am directing the movie. Now you become you serve me. I have already decided as a director of the movie that all of them will be killed in this battlefield. Now you take credit as I followed Krishna. That is not illusion. Because Krishna is real. I obeyed Krishna. I surrendered to Krishna. I pleased Krishna. These are all, you get absolute returns from out of this material world by following Krishna's instruction. So as Vaishnavas, we see that even though it is, this stories are illusory in this world, from this there can be transcendental realization. There can be transcendental for the soul. Advanced transcendentalists are called Sudhiya. Sudhiya means intelligence. See, this intelligence is given. This is intelligence of intelligence. Normal intelligence, physics intelligence, chemistry intelligence, this intelligence, that intelligence, social intelligence, emotional intelligence, this intelligence, that intelligence. There is something called transcendental intelligence. Intelligence of intelligence. The transcendental intelligence. Those who know the transcendental intelligence, they are able, that's the highest form of intelligence by which they are able to see the drama, the knower, the known, all these different spirit and matter, to see that in all situation, to remember Krishna as a supreme spirit, and 24 hours to follow his instructions in this in your story. Each of us have story, our life stories. It is through our life stories we get realization of Krishna. It is through your individual devotion service you get realization of Krishna. Your realization of Krishna does not simply come just by reading and chanting. Reading and chanting, you have to anyway live your life. So reading and chanting brings Krishna into your life. Into your life means into your story. You see Krishna's hand, you get realization of Krishna. That is why it is said that only by devotional service one can realize the Lord. So, this whole idea of what is the soul, the spirit person, how it operates through so many personas in the chittam. Some personas are called false egos. Some personas, if you act as a servant of Krishna, they are real ego, representatives of your real ego. But still they are also representatives. Persona is not equal to person. Your body person is not equal to person. Your body persona is the temporary role play of your spirit person. Those who get self-realized, then they always see the body persona as one of the many personas that I can have. Even in the relative world also, this understanding is so helpful. Different role plays I have, I don't mix up one with the other. So within our chittam, there are old enjoyer personas, sense-gratifying enjoyer personas are there. And they are all settled in our subconscious mind. You relate with anything repeatedly in a particular way, it becomes a persona of within your subconscious mind. You relate with the opposite sex with one perception, one desire, a particular kind of a desire, perception, hope, etc. Then you set up repeatedly when you act with that in that manner. When you respond in that manner to that particular sense object, that kind of a persona is settled in your subconscious mind. And after that, you don't have to, it's then anything settled in the subconscious mind becomes an urge. You forcefully perceive in a particular way. We forcefully emote in a particular way with respect to that object. We forcefully, recall our earlier conditioned belief, pleasure belief from that object. All these things we already, so we have created our contaminated chittam in the past. And if we can create contaminated chittam, I can also create pure chittam. So just like now, you see in practice of bhakti yoga, you're continuously thinking of Krishna, feeling for Krishna, willing for Krishna, working for Krishna, desiring for Krishna. So you are creating I am a servant of Krishna persona in your chittam. By actually thinking, feeling, willing, doing, intellectually, emotionally, egoistically. Subtle body, ego, intellect, mind, all fully engaged. Then a persona is persona of eternal servant. Just like you say, I am a Vaishnava now. Vaishnava is a character persona. I will do certain things, I will not do certain things. I am the lover of Krishna. My goal is to please Vishnu. My goal is to only enjoy what Krishna gives me as prasadam. That too, I have no time to enjoy what Krishna gives because I want to go on giving Krishna more and more enjoyment. Instead of me enjoying, in that much time, let me give more enjoyment to Krishna. So this kind of, then if we act like that 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, then a Vaishnava persona is set up in your chitta. And that is why when old enjoyer chittam, enjoying without Krishna, you fall down, then you feel bad. Why do you feel bad? Because you have a Vaishnava chittam persona inside. Some people fall down, they don't feel anything bad. When you are karmis, when you fall down, you don't feel anything bad. It was exciting, we'll say. When you're a Vaishnava, you have set up a Vaishnava persona. So by devotional service, by practicing devotional service, this is a way to control the mind. Control the mind by controlling the personas. Control the mind by learning how to develop these different kinds of personas, which are favorable for accepting Krishna, for social personas, which are favorable for pleasing Krishna, and which are reject those that are unfavorable. So slowly all Maya personas from your chittam will get cleaned up. Who put those Maya personas? By my past kind of living, not only this life, before becoming to Prabhupada, not only this life, many, many lives, I've created so many chittam structures, beliefs, that there is joy in this world, there is enjoyment in this, enjoyment that, they're all very deep beliefs. So by repeatedly hearing these things, Shravanam, then Mananam, thinking about it intellectually, being convinced about it, yes, there is no pleasure in matter. I impose the pleasure in matter, in my mind. Like camel tasting its own blood. Where do you get all this? From Shravanam. And then you analyze it. Mananam. Oh, correct. How stupid the camel is thinking that the taste is coming from the thorn. But actually the thorn is piercing his mouth and its own blood is coming, and the nice taste of his own blood is thinking is giving the credit to the thorn. Thorn is very tasty. Similarly, all pleasures are actually coming from the soul. Because soul only has got the quality of pleasure. Matter, you cannot squeeze out pleasure from matter. Pleasure is a Chinmaya interaction. So here I am drinking my own blood. Okay, so like that, Mananam, then Dhyanam, you act as you use your imagination to break the illusion and to respond to the same object in your imagination as you should be relating, as you desire to relate as Krishna wants. So then what happens? There is further transformation inside, emotionally. You are reversing what you have done before. And then actually act, Anushilana. Repeatedly act. Repeatedly hear. Repeatedly contemplate. Repeatedly reflect on the intellectual aspect of it, on the knowledge aspect of it, that this is absolute truth. That is Mananam. Repeatedly relate yourself with the object in a way in which Krishna says you should relate. Emotionally, use your imagination. We have used our imagination wrongly in relating with the sense objects. Now relate rightly as per Guru, Sadhu and Shastra, which you have done by repeating Shravanam. Then start practicing. Rishikesha Sevanam Bhakti Ruchyate. Practice at all, morning to evening, engaging the senses for the pleasure of the Lord, including your mind, intelligence, everything. Then a devotional persona will rise up. At the intermediate stage, there will be a war and a conflict between your Maya personas, which are settled in your subconscious mind, and your newly desired personas as a Vaishnava. There will be conflicts. It's a necessary stage. That's the stage before Nishtha. Nishtha means already all those fellows are all finished. You are fixed as a Vaishnava. Sense gratification, personas are all gone. Only Krishna pleasing personas are there. So we have to understand these things. Prabhupada's wonderful purports are there. What is false ego? What is chittam? What is soul? What is role play? What is eternal? What is your eternal role play? Jivere Surupoye Nitya Krishna Dasa. I'm eternal servant of Krishna. Any questions? Krishna gives us realization, the seed of realization. The seed of realization, suddenly you get an idea, realization. Spiritual realization. But that realization does not become realization unless you repeat. That job is yours. Cheto Darpana Marjanam. You are cleansing your soul by chanting Hare Krishna. By chanting Hare Krishna, Nama Prabhu will give you ideas, spiritual ideas, seeds of spiritual realization. But you have to plant it in you and become fixed in it. How do you become fixed in it? Unless it gets into your subconscious, it cannot get fixed. How does it go into the subconscious? Repeated. That's a work. So just like somebody will tell you, okay, this room is so dirty. How to clean it? I'll give you the broom. You clean it. So seed of realization is that. But you cannot tell the person who gave the broom, you only sweep, no? So Cheto Dharpana Marjanam is like that. The ideas you will get. But you have to implement it. You have to do repeated Shravanam, Mananam. You have to engage your entire yantra in it. And then you have to clean it. When you're ready to clean it, next realization will come. Do Shravanam, Mananam, Dhyanam. Do that. So Krishna God helps those who help themselves. Further than broom, even as you start brooming, you have to have sincere desire, I will clean myself. Then Krishna will speeden up that also. That's a different matter. But if you simply say that, no, I will not, Krishna will fully clean me. Even if I want to be dirty, he will clean me. He is all powerful. Krishna will say, I am all powerful, but I don't use that privilege. You want to clean yourself and come to me, that's love. Otherwise, I have to make you a stone. You are a living entity. You're my amsha. You got freedom, free will. You play your role, then I'll be very excited. You take steps to clean your mind. And I'm sitting in your heart, I'm very happy seeing that. Oh, he's so much struggling to throw out all the old enjoyer personas, enjoyer false egos. Question.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. This Maya persona is the by default persona in the Chittam of living entity. So initially, how this persona developed initially? This,
How the persona developed initially?
Because nobody teaches us to develop Maya persona. So these are developed by default. How it happened initially?
I told you, first is there is an attitude. Fundamentally, there is Kama Bija in the living entity. Kama Bija is to enjoy without Krishna. Anything that you see, you want to enjoy without Krishna. There is no Krishna. How I can enjoy? Enjoy means so many things. Power, knowledge, this thing, everything, love, sense pleasures. How I can enjoy? Independent of Krishna. So there is a fundamental Maya, that desire, fundamental desire, perverted desire, distorted desire. Your desiring becomes distorted first. As a competitor of Krishna. From that, when you relate with that object, when you relate with the material world in that spirit, one different persona is developing. You understood? So I want to be independent. Then I see the phone. This is one object or a subject. I see one opposite sex or this or that. My basic attitude is there to enjoy independently. I've forgotten Krishna. So you start relating with that thinking, feeling, willing, with that belief that this gives me pleasure. Persona is formed. So we create the persona because spirit soul cannot, just like you are in the movie, you cannot get up from the seat and catch that car and open the car and get inside, and you are not. That is something else. It's a false world. Correct? So in the same way, here also, in order to give experience of independent thinking, feeling, willing to the soul, you have to create a false persona in this world. That is called false ego. So you are acting through false ego. That means facility is given. That's called egoing. I told you many times that we human beings in the human form of life, you have got the good quality, you have got the special faculty of choosing to role play. Very significant. Only human beings stage dramas. You never see a society of dogs staging drama. Eating is there, sleeping is there, mating is there. In the animal kingdom, human kingdom, everywhere. But drama playing is not there. There's no Bollywood, Hollywood. All these things are not there in the dog world, animal world. Why? Because this is an elevated system, yantra. In this, you can role play. But they are being misused. That means here you can create the right kind of personas in the human form of life. Non-sense gratificatory, Krishna serving personas you can generate, you can create. So in this, we have to change our role play in the material world in which we are born as sense gratifiers. When we meet the spiritual master, he teaches you, no, that's all interest of your body. Now interest of your soul. Go into the interest of the soul. That's why it's called second birth. He gives you second birth. And then you start creating samskara. Samskara means nothing but creating good personas. They say you need a Vaishnava samskara. That means you create a chittam structure in your system. You get a pure mind. Oh, this is a person of good samskara, you say. Samskara means he's developed a chittam. Krishna conscious valued system. Vaishnava chittam you got in the subconscious mind. There's no conflict after that. So the origin of it is very natural. Are you saying egoing? Egoing means the soul has got two shaktis, ahanta and mamata. Ahanta and mamata. That means I can identify with something, ahanta, aham. I am this body has come by applying my spirit person's ahanta shakti. Jnanis go on repeating, I am not the body, I am not that body. They get the effect, they are using their ahanta shakti. I am not, naham, nirmama. Opposite of aham and mama is naham, nirmama. So we also, our old enjoyer persona, as it comes up, we repeat. Naham nirmama. Do Shravanam, Mananam, Dhyanam on these old personas. Naham nirmama. Get detached from old enjoyer egos. It will work. Soul is very powerful. If the soul didn't have ahanta, mamata, shakti, it cannot fall down into this material world and try to be independent of Krishna. To create false ahanta, false aham and mama. Mama means relationship. Aham means who I am. Mama means my relationship. I create in this material world false aham, I am this body, and I create false mama, my relationship, in order to extract pleasure for my false mama, aham. False aham creates false mama. False aham means you have got a aham, which its purpose is independent enjoyment. So, we have to observe all these things. Automatically it comes. When you chant Hare Krishna, slowly when gunas rise up your guna, you will be able to see that it is within my freedom. Aham. Niraham, nirmama. So egoing. And also we have got a choice. Such a nice facility, aham and mama. In the material world, to serve Krishna, you adopt so many aham. Nothing wrong. You have a role play to play as a temple president. So as long as it is for Krishna's purpose, role play, very nice. It becomes absolute. Nothing wrong with it. I am temple president, if you say, nothing wrong in it, provided you don't think it is your absolute position. It is your role play for your absolute position as a servant of Krishna. As a servant of Krishna, I will create so many servant personas. I'll have one Vaishnava servant persona to deal with another Vaishnava, another one, another Vaishnava. Like that I can have. Soul is always relating with people, things, situations. So for each situation we create personas very carefully. And then we culture that. So you exercise your choice whether it is connected to me or not connected to me. It's aham or niraham. This purpose is anyway connected to real me or not. I choose. The choice is there at that level, at role-playing level. Do I want to role-play as an independent enjoyer, or I want to role-play as to give Krishna pleasure and develop the Vaishnava persona. Finally, the Vaishnava persona, even though it is in the Chittam, a pure Chittam only awakens our Shuddha Chittam. So human form of the life is the rarest life where Chittam can be by choice practiced and purified to vibrate in the same frequency as my Shuddha Chitta of my soul. Shuddha Chitta of my soul is pure Krishna consciousness that will awaken. That is how Krishna consciousness awakens. The Krishna consciousness of the knower, the soul, awakens. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जाय, विश्व गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की जाय.